A lot of crabs.
We need 2 more crabs and we got supper.
Oh, 2 more crabs, huh? You feel them in there?
No.
1 crab. 2 crabs. There
we
you go.
Got our supper. Yes. Hey, we got supper.
Crab.
It's not a total waste.
Well, it's Sam and Joyce, the old couple, and today we're setting our crab traps in the Indian River Lagoon again, but in a different area. We're going to set them in some shallow water. We heard the crabs were in shallow water, so we'll see how accurate that rumor is. So we'll get back to you when we're baiting them up and setting them. Well, today we're baiting up with all fish. We're just using carcasses from our last fishing trips. We're getting low on carcasses. We haven't been out fishing. The weather's been so bad. We got gale warnings tomorrow.
Next day.
You know, no, the next day hopefully we'll be able to pull them. And right after that, it's a worse storm coming. We have a lot of bad weather our way.
There's that big one you caught.
Oh yeah.
He was really good eating too.
He was good.
Very good.
Okay, Joyce, set the first one here.
There's a friend behind you.
Yeah, waiting for. So these guys think we're pulling our traps instead of setting them.
There's enough of them.
Okay, put the next one here. Okay, Joyce, just put the red one here. We have to shorten our ropes because it's awful shallow. We're just experimenting. Hope it works out. I put this yellow one right here. Okay. Okay. We'll put our last one right here.
Rain clouds are coming.
We got 5 foot of water there. Yep, a little deeper on one. We got them all set. We're gonna let them set for 2 days. We don't have much choice. Tomorrow we got like gale warnings forecast. There's been some crazy weather, and we got 1 break in the weather, and that'll be the day after tomorrow, and then we'll hopefully get them pulled in. So we'll get back to you while we're pulling them. Your mouth's all torn up, isn't it? Look at you. Look underneath there. Right there. Man, something got a hold of you. Somebody got you with a lure, maybe?
Ooh, that had to hurt.
I know. Can't do much for them.
You can still eat.
Yeah, he looks healthy enough. Look at that. Well, our trap's been sitting for 2 days now, and it's a little cold today, isn't it, Joyce?
Yes.
Joyce is cold. So we'll get back to you when we're pulling them. But we're coming up on our first trap. See how it works out in this shallow water. See how if that was a good decision or not.
It better be.
Better be, huh? Well, you got to try different things.
That's right.
The rope's in the water, Joyce.
Our favorite thing's in there. Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
No. No.
Whoa.
No.
Okay, I hope the other ones are better. Okay, we're coming up on our second trap. It doesn't look like that was a good decision.
You never know.
Don't listen to other people.
Right. Listen to Sam.
Yeah.
You're the best captain.
Somebody told me they're in the shallow water.
I think he told you that so you don't catch any crabs.
Yeah, that's a good thing, so I don't go where the crabs are.
Right. Right.
Oh, there's one in there.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a big one too.
Two. Oh,
Hey,
we got two.
that
Oh,
one-
look at the size of that one. Look
Both
at
of
the
'em.
crabs.
That was just
Okay, that's
that,
looking better.
that was just in the wrong spot.
Yeah, we'll see.
That is nice. That's a big old
These
guy.
are nice crabs over here, though. We had them the last time. We don't catch a lot, but they're like full of meat.
At least we got two.
That's right. Wow, that's a nice crab. Look how yellow he is, Joyce.
I know, he's really yellow. This one's being bad. Don't you know it's cold out here, Mr. Crab?
Want me to get him?
Yeah,
I'll get him. Fair weather claw girl.
Yeah. He's being stubborn. There he goes.
We're coming up on our third trap. Your hands cold, Joy?
Very cold. The red one. Please have crabs in there.
I see one, right?
I don't.
None.
None.
None. I thought I saw one.
No, you saw that shell.
Yeah, darn it. Two. Well, we're coming up on our fourth trap. I guess this wasn't a smart decision that I made, but you got to try different spots sometimes.
You never know. Could have
You
been
never
great.
know.
Better than being home.
A little bit.
The yellow one.
One crab.
A big one. A monster one.
Another. They're all big crabs
Just not enough of them.
and a blowfish. Okay, can you get this one?
Yeah, I can get this. There's a nice yellow one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a nice crab. Quality crabs, just not enough of them. There's our fifth trap. We're in a little deeper water here, a little bit. You okay pulling them?
Yeah,
You sure?
positive.
All right.
Nobody.
Well, that don't help. Be a little deeper.
Nope.
Coming up on number 6. So I think, well, we got 3 crabs so far, 3 or 4.
Still,
3.
it's still a meal.
That's a meal, yeah. Two blowfish. Maybe I should have went shallower, maybe. All right, here's our last one. I don't think we're going to catch a lot of crabs.
We
This is
need
our
2
last
more
one.
crabs and we got supper.
Oh, 2 more crabs, huh? Feel them in there?
No.
One
Yeah.
crab. 2 crabs. There you
We
go.
got
You
our
your
supper. Yes. Hey, we got supper.
5 crabs.
It's not a total waste.
5 crabs.
That's all right. It's okay.
See, I don't know where it's okay, but
It's
we
okay.
got dinner.
That's right.
Yep.
That's what counts.
Yeah, I don't usually listen to anybody. I'm kind
You
of
never
bullheaded,
know.
but
I know you're bullheaded, but sometimes it
so
pays
this
off.
time I figured that made sense.
Yeah, but they're 2. We got, what, 4 meaty crabs? Or 5?
We got 5 crabs altogether. 7 traps. All these traps, 5 crabs.
That's okay. You can't.
Yeah. They're
can't-
good crabs.
You can't fill them up all the time. At least we got some. That's the most important thing. We got some.
Yeah. There you go, that's it. Not much. We still enjoy being out here, but it's nice to catch more crabs. There's our catch. They're all big crabs, that's for sure. And put plenty of meat in them, especially this guy here. But looks like they're not in the shallow water. I always like deep water, but I figured I'd try it. So how are we going to cook these 5 crabs?
Not quite sure yet. Wait till we get home.
You got to decide on the way home.
Decide on the way
Big
home.
decision.
Big decision what to do with them.
Good thing we got that big pot.
Yeah. Yeah. At least it won't boil over.
Yeah. Better hang on.
It's cold.
You don't want to go in that water, I have to pick you up.
No. It wouldn't be a nice feeling falling in that water.
Well, we're back home, and there's our 5 nice-sized crabs. These are good-sized crabs. They're like well over 6.5 inches, every one of them. But there's not many of them. So we didn't do so great. We were experimenting today. Yeah, I'm not going to put them there anymore. We were in shallow water. We tried shallow water. We heard the crabs were in shallow water, but we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the. We might have been the wrong shallow. We're going back to our deep water. I always like deep water.
You never know till you try something new.
Yeah. So we're going to boil these crabs up, and I'm going to pick them, and Joyce is going to decide something special maybe to make with the crab meat after I pick them. Because they're going to have a lot of meat. These are real heavy crabs.
They're heavy.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's going to be enough meat to make something.
First, we're gonna boil them whole. We're just gonna put some salt in the water and vinegar. We're just gonna use Tony Zachary tonight. Try something different. We'll put that in the water. Ooh, that smells good. Yeah, put these guys.
You're not going to pick them up like I do?
No. No, even though you. No, I don't mess with these guys. They hurt. Look, they got the thongs already. Great big guy. Look at he's a big guy. Look at him.
Oh yeah, it's a big, nice yellow one. That
Look how
guy.
yellow. He's nasty too.
Yep.
In there. Put some more Tony Zachary in here. Cover them up. Water's coming to a boil. That smells really good.
Well, I'll give it some flavor for whatever you're going to make.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, the water's coming to a boil. Put the lid back on. And we're going to let them only go for they'll go about 10 minutes. That's all they need because there's only 5 in there.
Okay, we'll get back to you when we're taking them out of the pot.
Right.
All 5 of them.
Crabs are done.
I was putting the traps away and I could smell them crabs way back in the yard when I was stacking them.
Yeah. They smell, that Tony's really smells
Yeah,
good.
they were.
That's different kind of smell. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah, it's concentrated smell. Yeah, a big guy.
Look at him. He's huge.
Look how thick he is too.
He's heavy
That's a
too.
thick trap.
He's real heavy.
That's a nice one too.
Very nice. That's pretty.
Look good.
They smell good.
All right, we'll let them cool down.
Yeah.
Then I'll pick them.
They might not get picked.
No, I'll hide them from you.
No.
We got to eat every bit of meat we can get out of them.
Oh, there's a lot of meat.
So I'll pick the claws, the bodies, everything, and you can find something good to make with them.
Yep, they save me the legs.
See. So what are we going to make with those 5 big crabs we caught? The big meaty crabs.
We're going to make blue crab gravy and biscuits.
Sounds good.
So I'm going to make my homemade biscuits. You're going to need a 1/2 cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can make a substitute by adding 1½ teaspoons of vinegar to your milk. And then just stir that in there and you'll have a substitute for the buttermilk. You're going to need a 1/2 cup of sour cream, 2 1/4 cups of flour, a 1/2 cup of butter, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 3/4 teaspoons of salt. So what you're going to do first, you're going to put your buttermilk in a bowl. And put the sour cream in there. And you're just going to whisk this together. And just set that aside. Next, you're going to take your flour. What I like to do, you have a sieve. You put your flour through there. A tablespoon of baking powder. This baking soda, I like to keep baking soda in a sealed container because it absorbs all the odors in your cabinet. You're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon. Three-quarter teaspoons of salt. And just sieve that in there. You got all that ready. What I like to do with the butter, show you what I do with the butter. You want your butter real cold, so I'll keep it in the freezer for about 10 minutes right before you going to make your biscuits. And you need to cut it in little tiny pieces, just like that.
So it's like frozen butter, right?
Yeah, it's not really frozen, it's just nice and cold. So then you just put it all in your bowl. And you're just gonna blend that in there till it sort of looks like a cornmeal type deal. You want some of that butter to stay like it is in these little chunks. So this will take probably about maybe 2-3 minutes to do this. While that's mixing, just stir in and put in your 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, this is about done. Just go in here, make sure you want it just like that, little pieces. You just squeeze it just a little bit to get them back so there's incorporate it more into the flour. You don't want to get them. You don't want to work it too much because it makes your biscuits like they're not fluffy.
So you leave those little chunks in there.
Yeah, you leave the chunks in. You just squeeze them in there, just like that. Just work it in a little bit. And that's just right about right where you want it. Put a little bit of, make a little well in here. You're gonna dump in your buttermilk and sour cream. Just mix that in there real slow. So it's coming together really nice. That's it. Now you bring it over to your cutting board. Flour your hand a little bit and then put some flour on your board. Getting that flour mixed in there by hand. Mixed all in there like this. Push this down. You can use a rolling pin, or if you don't have one, you can just do this. Just flatten it out. Fit it into a sort of a rectangle. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to fold it over. Fold it over again. Just push down on it. Do the same thing again. Push it down. Here's, spread it out. You can use a rolling pin. Makes it a little quicker. And again, the same thing, you're going to fold it over. You'll do that one more time.
So that makes it fluffy, is that what that does?
Supposed to make the layers in there,
Layers,
supposed to
yeah.
keep it fluffy, yeah. You don't push hard, you just go real easy. And one more time. One more flour down. Get this old lumpy stuff out of your way. And put this back down here. Flatten it out again. You can see all the little pieces of butter in there. And that's when that's cooking, it melts in there and it makes it nice and fluffy. And you roll it to about a half inch to about 5/8 of an inch thick. Well, we're ready to cut out the biscuits. This is a egg ring. I'm going to use that to cut the biscuits out. But what you have to do with that sometimes, because the dough will stick to it, so just put some olive oil or oil, whatever you got there, and just smear it around on the inside. And all you do is just take this and just press it down. You got one biscuit. Just put them on your baking sheet and line your sheet with parchment paper. And the rest of the dough, you just work that back again. it. Now, we're ready to bake them. You set your oven at 425. You want your rack with oven in the middle. There I go, from anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes. So we're going to go with 8 minutes first.
Will you just look at them?
Yes, we check them at 8 minutes. The 8 minutes is up. So they're still not ready.
They're rising nice though, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're rising very nice.
Yep.
And we're going to put it back in there for 2 minutes. Well, 2 minutes is up. And I believe those biscuits are done. Look how pretty they look.
They are pretty. They'll be prettier with that crab gravy on.
Oh yeah. No, I think I'll give them 1 more minute. They seem to be a little mushy in the center. The biscuits are done.
They look good. What do we need for this blue crab gravy?
The most important thing is your crab.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot of meat in it
It is.
for 5 crabs.
1.5 cups.
And there's the claw meat.
And that's a cup of that. But look at the size of the meat that came out of them claws.
Yeah, that's a nice hunk of meat. Yeah, they were meaty crabs. There was only 5 of them, but
That's so tempting.
so we're still gonna have something good out of the 5.
So what we need, of course, is your crab meat. You got 3 cups of milk, 1/3 cup of flour, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, a teaspoon of finely minced garlic and finely chopped pepper. There's a tablespoon of red pepper, the sweet pepper in there, and then a cup of chopped spinach. We're going to season with Tony's no salt seasoning because we cooked the crabs with that, and some white pepper and some salt. So first you're going to melt your butter very slowly. Next, you're going to add your peppers and your garlic in there. And soften them a little bit. Just watch that. You don't want that butter to start browning. You just want it to just bubble a little bit so you get the garlic and pepper soft. So you can see it bubbling in there. Just turn it down a little bit. Give it about 2 minutes on that. You can see it's like they're all peppers are nice and soft, and the garlic. So now just remove it off the burner. And we're going to add. We'll start off with a 1/2 teaspoon of the Tony's. I'm going to add that in there. 1/4 teaspoon of the white pepper. I'm going to start with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we'll taste it later. Stir that around in there. Now you add your 1/3 cup of flour. Just get that all incorporated in here. It's all mixed in. And this process here is going to take a good 10 minutes because you got to do it slow. Now you want it to look like that, like a paste, you should call it. Spread it out a little bit. Slowly add the milk. Just whisk that in there. So the flour is dissolved. And back on the heat. Slowly whisk in the milk. And we dumped about 2 cups of milk in here, so we're going to turn up the burner and just keep stirring until it starts thickening. Well, we're up to where it's thickened. Now we're going to slowly add the rest of this milk.
Like you said, there's a lot of stirring. You've been stirring for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. You just keep adding and bringing the gravy up to a boil. Just keep stirring. You gotta keep stirring. And your burner is down almost on low. So I want to taste this to see if we've got to add more salt. Yeah. Add another teaspoon. Not no, quarter teaspoon.
Yeah, we don't want another teaspoon.
Some people might want that teaspoon in there.
If you get it out in a restaurant,
yes,
that's how they cook.
See, it's bubbling in there. Let's add a little more milk.
This is what you do when you don't catch a lot of crabs, right?
Look at the meat, though.
But then there was a lot of meat in those crabs.
A lot
that
of
was
meat
equal
there.
to probably 10 crabs.
This is going to be really good. Okay, at this point, you're going to add the spinach. Stir that in there. Okay, what you want to do here is take out about 3 or 4 tablespoons of the mixture. And you'll add that two tablespoons of mayonnaise in there. And just mix that up. Drop it. Put a tablespoon in there and stir that in.
You gotta move fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
This will mess it up, huh?
Yeah, you don't want it to. You just gotta stir it in there fast. Add a little more milk. Looking good. Yeah. See how it just pours off the spoon? We're almost there for the thickness. You let that come back up to a boil. Looks nice just like that. That would be good over spaghetti. It's getting there. I'm going to taste it again, see if we need more salt.
More salt?
Not much. Another quarter, and that should do it. So we got 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt in here. Some people might like it a little bit saltier, but I don't think it needs any more than that. Once you mess up with salt, it's done. It's just you ruin your whole meal.
And the crab's a little salty too,
right?
The crab meat.
Yeah, we're going to taste it after the crab meat gets in there. Let this come to a boil. Well, it's up to a boil, and it looks like we might have to add just a little bit more milk. Not much. It's starting to thicken. So we're going to let this boil for a minute, and then we'll see if we need to add this milk. Well, the minute's up, so we're a little too thick. So we're just going to add this milk. It's a little bit at a time. I'll let it come back up to a boil and boil another minute.
How long you been stirring? Like 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, about 15 minutes.
All of it, all the stirring, yeah.
Time you melt the butter and get all that stuff in there, it's been about 15 minutes. But it's worth the wait. We're going to do one more taste test before we put the crab meat in there. We have other minutes just about up. We'll add the crab meat.
That's a big one. You want to eat that,
No,
right?
I know, I want to eat that.
You love the claw. Now she ate it. That's gone. Don't worry about that big one being in there.
Can't help it, sorry. And Tony's give it just a little bit of nice pop to it, and the white pepper, just enough.
Oh, let me 5 crabs.
I'm still going to add the rest of that milk while we're doing this. No, it needs it. Took exactly the 3 cups of milk. And just stir that in there nice and gently. Just sort of fold it over. And again, get it to boil again. Oh, it's so full of crab meat. Oh my gosh, it's so full. Yes. Look at the pieces of crab meat in there. Look at it all.
I know. Well, they were all big crabs and packed with meat.
Let it come up to a boil again.
This is probably an original. I never heard of it before. Yeah.
Okay, it's back to boiling. I think that is ready to put on the biscuits.
I'm ready.
Those hot sheets off the spoon. Oh yeah.
Perfect.
That is perfect. We are done. You ready to eat?
I'm ready.
Okay.
You're staring at that pot too long. I was going to end it before this.
You gonna end it?
Yeah, it would have been good enough. Okay.
We're done.
Yeah, you got to have patience. It's easy to stop.
We'll fix the plates up.
Well, Joyce, this really looks good. Look at that.
Nothing but crab meat.
Yeah, look, you can see it's just,
It's full.
right. Yeah, there's a lot of crab meat in there. And what'd you make over here? You made these today.
Pumpkin date nut muffins.
That's a long name. So you're going to give it a try, Joyce?
Oh yeah.
I know it's good.
Let's see.
Yeah, look at that biscuit.
I think there's a piece of claw. Oh yeah, there's a piece of claw right there. The biscuit. Oh.
Is it great?
No, I don't have any fancy words, but it's better than great.
Great. Good thing we only caught 5 crabs, so we had to start thinking, right? What to make with 5 crabs.
I just thought it was make some white sauce and make biscuits and crabs.
Yeah, that's good. Well, if you enjoy our videos, we'd appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thanks a lot for watching. Geez, that looks good. And dessert.